In this what have you done for me lately world, you want to know what I've done for you lately? Why don't you tell him, Willie?
Nothing.
That's right, a grand total of nothing.
You lose.
You know, the Stanley Cup hangover? You see it with the Florida Panthers currently looking up at the playoff line on the outside, looking in, losing players, started slow. It's the Stanley Cup hangover. And we won the NHL sports betting version of the Stanley Cup last year. Plus 550 units, called all the series right after the first round. So naturally, I'm going to have the Tkachuk hip surgery. I'm going to have the neck problem. I'm going to have the Barkov torn ACL. But all of a sudden, things can change in a Quebec minute. And you're seeing that happen with these Florida Panthers. They're getting healthier. They got Tkachuk back a couple games ago, beat Winnipeg in overtime. Then they get Marchand back the next game. He scores in overtime against Minnesota. They win the game. They follow that up with another win against the Chicago Blackhawks. And not only that, like almost simultaneously as the Panthers got healthy, you want to know who else got healthy? These sports betting versions of the NHL Stanley Cup winner. I told you guys when I came back from a little break that I was dumbfounded as to why the thing that never lost last year in the line combos was struggling so much this year. I don't know if that's what opened the can of worms, but since January 10th, they have gone plus 100 units. And now that's not going to wipe out what happened in November and December. October was mostly even, but it started the Zamboni process the same way Florida's starting the Zamboni process on the rest of the NHL. And this is going to take them into this Tuesday night game against the Utah Phoenix Arizona Coyotes, who played last night, got shut out last night. Now they're going into Florida to play these Panthers. And if you're one of those people, you're at the front of the pizzeria, it's money lines or nothing. Look, if you tell me money lines or nothing, you can't put a price caveat. If you're asking me who's in a good spot to win a game, it's the Florida Panthers. They got most of their players back. Still no Seth Jones, obviously no Barkov. But it's insane to me that without Barkov, you have like Verhaeghe and Reinhart on your third line. It's insane the depth that the Panthers have. And since both of those guys have been in the lineup, they've won both of those games. Team coming in who just played last night, they are set up well to win this game at home against the Utah Phoenix Arizona Coyotes. And while reminiscing about that Stanley Cup champion and the success of the line combos, I think maybe we should combine the two and take Marchand, Lundell, Lusterinen all for a point in this game against the Utah Phoenix Arizona Coyotes. But we have some other games on this slate that I want to look at. We have a fantastic trickle-down snakeonomics play. Just a couple of days ago, I said we want to be in the business of taking the under on a star player when he's returning to the lineup. And I'm talking about somebody who's like a plus 140, plus 150, because his minutes aren't going to be high. We don't know if he's going to get top power play time. That price is built on reputation. In no way, shape, or form should Matthew Tkachuk have been a plus 150 for under half of a point in a game where he was just coming back playing with Samoskevich on the third line, and that under ended up hitting. Now, Connor Bedard, he came back recently. We're not in the situation where we're going to be taking the under. Remember, it's only for people who are priced like Bedard and who are priced like Matthew Tkachuk. But Connor Bedard has a teammate coming back into the lineup, and he's being put right on his line. It's a guy that when he signed with the Chicago Blackhawks, he immediately played with Connor Bedard. Now, Bedard needs something because the Burakovsky, Green, Bertuzzi, none of it was working. So they're hoping a returning member to the top line and the top power play is going to be able to help out. And that's none other than T.Teravainen, who is showing us, I mean, this is a pretty insane price for somebody playing alongside Bedard, who's also going to be playing on the top power play with him. I know Bedard's been struggling lately, but still, you're talking about all the opportunity in the world. And I think when he breaks through, he's really going to break through. It's usually more than 1 point. And Teravainen is one of those guys who I told you on a 2-on-1, he wants to shoot a grand total of 0% of the time. He's one of those guys that I think I kind of like for an assist. I'd rather take for an assist when you're playing alongside a shooter because it makes everything so much easier. So give me the assist for T.Teravainen in the plus 200. And then, little spritz. You know how I do it. If I'm going to put something like that out there, you really try to extract every bit of juice from there. So give me the Bedard 2 points in case this is the game he breaks out. And if Bedard's got 2 points, you can bet your ass his line mate and power play line mate has an assist. So give me the 2 points for Bedard and the assist for T.Teravainen of the Chicago Blackhawks. Speaking of a Quebec minute, how about we take a minute to go up to Montreal, because anytime they're playing a home game and you got that environment and you got another team going in there playing relatively well, one who's been scoring some goals or getting shut out, it's so funny. Another thing about this compressed schedule, you're just seeing a team wax a team one night. You're seeing what Vegas did to Toronto, then the very next night score 0 goals. It's very up and down, but you have a rested Vegas team coming into Montreal to play. I'm enjoying games where teams haven't played their third and four nights. It's a team who had a day off versus another team who had a day off. And that's what we're seeing here in Montreal between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Montreal Canadiens. And you know how it goes. When it comes to this Canadiens team in that building, I really just like to start with that ingredient of both teams to score 2+, because I trust their ability to score at home, and I also trust their ability to concede at home. So let's take those both teams to score 2+, and like I usually say, let's hold it over there, because first, in the middle of that game, I want to look at the Vegas Golden Knights. Mitch Marner, he got that whole Toronto experience off his back. Now, you want to know what he's going to do? He's going to waltz right into Montreal and probably just have a normal standard game. But for him, I think that means coming with a point. And what I'm more interested in, because his point's obviously not that affordable, but his line mate, Pavel Dorofeyev, is all season long, they're keeping Pavel Dorofeyev in the affordable range. And I really like that, especially when he's playing with Marner, because it makes it easy to take that Dorofeyev and flip it to a plus by adding Marner. If Dorofeyev's scoring, it's so hard that Marner's not going to be involved. And I think he's in a spot in Montreal where he should be able to come through. So you give me Marner and Dorofeyev both for a point. Sometimes this is barely north of plus 100. It's plus 105, like Larkin and Raymond tonight. There's a couple plus 105s. Hintz and Robertson. I wanted to bring them up, but they're hovering too close to the equator. I want one that's going to go a little bit north of that. And we're seeing that with Mitch Marner and Pavel Dorofeyev in this game against the Canadiens. So I will take that along with the both teams to score 2+, going all the way to the end of the night. The Vancouver Canucks, a real kind of disgrace of they had Bo Horvat gone. They had JT Miller gone. They had Quinn Hughes. Man, that's rough. That's rough. But I don't care how bad you are, the NHL, you still will find some good stretches throughout the season. And in Vancouver's case, doesn't really mean winning. It means at least a stretch where you can score a goal or two. And that's what we've seen on this homestand. They've been able to score a couple of goals. And that's really all I'm looking for in this game between them and the Sharks. You know, the Sharks can bring their offense at home, on the road. And I think with Vancouver in this homestand right now, the way they're playing, they should be able to get 2. I think both teams should be able to do that. So that's what I'm going to take with the Montreal both teams to score 2+, and add that to the Vancouver both teams to score 2+. Both of those games, both teams to score 2+. That will take you north of plus 105 or so. And then because the Canucks are so bad, when a team is bad, you get fair prices. Better than fair prices. And if they hit once or they hit twice, all of a sudden it's not so fair. You look at the St. Louis Blues, for example, who are on this slate. You look at Buchnevich, Kyrou, and Jake Neighbors. All 3 guys are on the top line. All 3 are on the top power play. And last Friday, Buchnevich is plus 115. Kyrou's plus 100. And Neighbors is plus 140. Yeah, all of them connected. Goals are scored in games, even if you're the worst team in the league. They had a home game. They scored a couple of goals. And then they cleared their line combo, which was north of plus 400 or 500 on the night. And not that the prices are that great, but the top line for the Vancouver Canucks, Elias Pettersson, J.Debrusk, Evander Kane, They clicked on 1 goal last game, cleared that whole bet. I will take the full line for a point in this home game against the San Jose Sharks. And if you need one, because you're on Caesars, they only let you take one, then just take the fairly priced J.Debrusk. -105, top power play guy. I think he has points, if not in back-to-back, definitely had a point in the last game. But I think him and Pettersson have back-to-back games where they've cleared their combos. So, you know, if you want to go on the more conservative side, you can just take those two. But I'm going to take the entire line for a point at home against the San Jose Sharks. That's what I have for you here on this busy Tuesday. Good luck to you. Better luck to me. Make sure you're subscribed here to the YouTube channel. If you enjoy these videos, you enjoy other videos, you enjoy a Dave and a Dan, all your clicks are always appreciated. What clicks do you ask? Liking the video, commenting on it, clicking the notifications so you know it all helps the algorithm. And then you have, as I like to call them, the tier 2 favors. You can hype the video so more people see it. If you want to prove that like your alternate universe version gets to see it, you got to click the hype button. If you want the other version of you to find this video, and then obviously you want to be a supporter of everything you see here, you can come join the Patreon at patreon.com/AndyFrancis. Become what I like to call a minority owner. You're part of the production team on this show, the production team of 1 plus all the Patreon members. And all you subscribers, I don't take you for granted, very much appreciated. Do the best I can for you. Goes up, goes down. Regardless, I'm happy to have you there for it. Hopefully I will see you over there. Hopefully these line combos continue to crush the way they have these last couple of weeks. But if not, I will see you tomorrow for the next round of NHL Sniffs. Take it easy.